But probably is
Say
okay.
again?
It's yeah, it's. I thought it's a little bit sensitive, for I. But I just tell you, it's
Okay.
recently. Yeah, recently, on Chinese internet, a big dog just bite a little girl, and the little girl was really hurted, and so it's just ignite some people's anger, and and yeah, I have a dog, and I think the problem is this dog's owner just didn't, control her dog because she or her left the dog just around the area and without watching it. And but it seems people's anger not towards the people, the owner, but towards the dog, you know. And yeah, yeah, and a lot of people on the internet just advocate like all the dogs should be killed, and yeah, it's really and actually in realities, and actually there are no announcement from the government or whatever, but some some places, just did some things like catching the dog around the street, especially the dogs without some leash on the nail, without owners, and then killed them. I think I don't know. I, I it's not I feel sorry about that dog, but I feel fear about those kind of people because I think on the COVID-19 this happened again. Yeah, people just use that power to you know to make violence against other peoples, and years ago, and it happens actually again because some Japan it just did something that Chinese didn't like, and they boycott the Japanese products by smashing or just destroyed the 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 things on China's like the car. They just block it, the car on the street, and smash it with bricks, whatever. And
Mhm.
the owner is Chinese, and they didn't know that before because it happened then, but they just did those kind of things without thinking, and I think they're enjoying that. I think the problem is, and I just really I kind of fear, have the fear about that because it seems it's totally like lived in on uncivilized society, like people just do things like it, and I have a lot of fear about that. So
So, regarding this issue, what would you like to be different, Ricky?
I because I actually have no power to change that situation, so I just yeah,
Hmm?
I just maybe want to accept it naturally, not with that a lot of rebellion, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as I can tell, there's no particular danger to you or your dog. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, wait, yeah,
Okay. And it's true that some people are doing this, and but uh, in most cases, I think in this case, uh, there a fairly small minority of people are doing this, uh, and it just gets the news, because it's, it's the type of thing that gets the news, right? uh, uh,
no,
uh, Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. For started, I thought it's just a news, but when I just saw some people, around my areas catching the dog, so I just a
All
little
right.
bit of fear
Yeah,
about that.
just sure. Yeah, it could have some effect in terms of catching stray dogs or dogs without leashes. That's true. Yeah. Mhm. because police are probably trying to reassure some people, by
Yeah,
doing this, even the probably won't make any difference. But yeah. Mhm. So, but yet it's still upsetting to you, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And but this this is how a lot of people are. It's like especially if they have a media to. I mean, and maybe one time you wouldn't even know about this, but now we have this media that everybody shares on, uh, and so everybody's taking an opinion this way or that way, and but it's just I'm not saying this solves your problem, but just to, I don't usually pay attention to that stuff, okay? But if I did, I would just say, oh, wow, they're having upset day. What a drama. uh, yeah, and this type of stuff comes and goes, and today this is an issue. Tomorrow it'll be another issue. And so and I know you have a dog. Maybe if you didn't have a dog, you wouldn't notice it so much, right? Yes. Oh, they're against my dog. They're blaming my dog.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so, mm, so what are you trying to do for yourself by not just accepting this and maybe just say, oh, it's something to be maybe curious about, but and but I mean, I can give you a lot of other things to be upset about in the world if you want to. I think they're much bigger than that if you want to be upset.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what what are you trying to do for yourself by being upset about this, Ricky? We're not accepting it, just okay, um, or just being curious about it, not like having curiosity instead of like a certain defensiveness. Like
Yeah.
there's a defensiveness there, like something you gotta protect. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is it you think you need to protect, Ricky?
I'm yeah, maybe because I just experienced some bad, I didn't experience, but I saw something like it just personally, it just in front of me. Like people just pay their violence because something like I said, before they have a boycott against the Japan, and what it is happened when I was little, and I actually saw people just pay the violence against another Chinese person because she used,
Because they
Asian
use the
product.
Japanese product, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I just, if I'm, like in this time, I'm the, group they against too. So I felt, we will, yeah, they will do the same thing to me. Like,
Okay. So, all right. So if somebody sees you with a Japanese product, they might do something. I guess. Do you have any Japanese projects you're concerned about?
it's just, they just, yeah, I don't know, it's just,
Yeah. So, but again, where's the danger, or what's there to be defensive about here? What are you trying to defend yourself from?
yeah, maybe I want to prove they're wrong. And yeah, this is
Okay.
why yeah,
Prove to whom? Who do you want to prove
to,
that to?
to to them, maybe just,
You
I
want to
just want
convince
that.
them that you want to convince them that they're wrong? Good luck with
Yeah.
that. You know,
Oh, yeah, oh my God. Yeah.
when people are righteous, you know, if you try to convince them the other way, it'll just make them more that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
people try to convince you that you're wrong about something, you think that's likely to work, huh?
No, no, no. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, it's just it's it's just like the weather, you know. Do you get upset about the weather? Do you try to convince the weather that it shouldn't be there?
Oh, no, no. I, yeah.
Yeah, just some humans are doing that, and and they're doing what humans do, and you if you need to create some boundary to take care of yourself, then you do that. But, maybe put in a raincoat. You know, if you need to. I don't think even a raincoat's necessary here. Just recognize, hey, nothing.
Oh,
There's no threat here as far as I can see. Do you see any threat to you or your dog?
no, 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 no. Actually, no.
But
Yeah.
they're wrong and I'm right. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
believe like I do.
Yeah. It's, maybe there's a reason, why I'm upset about it. Yeah.
What do you, what's the reason that you're upset about it? Say again.
Yeah, because I want to, prove they're wrong and I want to persuade them. Yeah.
It, people do change their minds sometimes, but it hardly ever happens because you try to change their mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it happens sometimes. Maybe you even be getting really curious about, like if there was one person, that was willing to express openly with you, and you wanted to explore the possibility of them changing your mind. Then you got really curious about trying to understand, how they think or feel, and maybe they might get curious about how you think. Maybe, but still, yeah. But trying to change their mind or argue with them, or it's gonna have the opposite effect.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like those Chinese, those Chinese finger puzzles. I don't know whether you
Uh-huh.
call those in China, but like the things you put on your finger and then you try to pull your finger apart and it gets tighter and tighter. Have you ever seen those?
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, 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 no,
Well,
but
maybe you never saw one, but anyway, it's sort of made of sort of reeds or something. They're about the size of your finger, and what you do, they're maybe about this long, and you put in like a hole, and you put your fingers in, okay, and then when you try to pull your fingers out, it gets tighter against your finger. So the more you
uh,
pull this way, the tighter it gets. Okay. The only way to get, which is the natural way, like if you want to get out of something, you usually try to pull out, right? Okay. Uh,
mhm.
but the only way to get out of it is to push them together, and then it will sometimes loosen up enough, and then you can gently pull your finger out. Okay. That's how you get out. But it's what we call counterintuitive. It goes against the natural
Oh,
reaction. So your people's natural reaction to other people, just is to, I'm going to convince you I'm right and you're wrong. And that's their natural reaction towards you too. That's what they're trying to do. And all
oh,
the stuff that they say, they're trying to convince other people I'm right, you're wrong. We should do this to the
yeah,
dogs
yeah,
of the Japanese or whatever. And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or people who own Japanese things. And
Uh-huh.
so there, and then so you try to convince them. It's pretty much 99% guaranteed It's of no effect, or it's even going to have effect in the opposite direction, what you're interested in. Okay. So either just give up, just say, okay, that's just the way it is, and it's not my business, Or if you want to make it your business, then have fun with it, and then you're going to need to like really get curious and have some understanding, see if then there might be some chance that they might shift their view, okay? Or you might shift your view. Who knows?
Yeah.
When I was in the university, I had this editor. I joined as a volunteer. I joined the school newspaper, so I was a writer for the school newspaper. Okay, and there was an editor of the newspaper, and I really sort of respected him and liked him, but he and I differed a lot on some political point. Okay, so I suggested to him, "Hey, I'm going to recommend a book for you to read about this point, and you recommend a book to me to read about this point, and then that, and then we'll talk together and see what we can agree or not agree about." I thought that was a possible, because to me, in my mind, oh, this book is so convincing, it's got to convince him, right? And I wanted him to do the same for me. Guess what? I got more convinced than he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not completely convinced, but I got more convinced than he did. and yeah, and I appreciated it. He did it. He was willing to read the book that I recommended to him. So, um, but that did work in another situation when I with my first long-term girlfriend in New York City. We really differed on some fundamental political issue, and she always tries to discuss it with me. But I was so concerned. I knew if we got into argument, I might lose my girlfriend, right? So I just said, no, 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 we're not going to discuss that. But finally, I said, okay, read these two books. Okay. It happened to be about the issue of, say socialism versus capitalism or something, in that area, not completely. Okay. And read these two books. I think and one I remember was called Economics in One Lesson by Henry Hazlitt. It was a book about economics. And then after you read those two books, if you still want to discuss this, I'll discuss it with you. So she read the two books, and then she agreed with me. Okay. And she ended up becoming even more involved in that idea than I was. So this is, but see, I didn't really argue with her. I just suggested to her to do something which she was willing to do, and in that way, she actually, in that particular situation, she changed her mind.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Riki?
Yeah. 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 I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I sort of accept. I cannot change other people's mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But is there? But you accept that? But is there still a part of you? No, no, they really should not believe what they believe. It's so terrible. Can you really accept it?
Not that much. I just yeah, not that much, but I still yeah, have a little bit of it.
Well, there is one other thing you might try. Go get a pillow in the privacy of your bedroom, and imagine that pillow is those people, and just beat the hell out of the pillow and say, "You should not do this. You should not believe this. You should not," and just totally uh, beat them up, and see what happens.
Yeah. 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 Well. Yeah.
So, is there anything else to be complete about this?
No, no, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
very interesting issue. Okay, just a moment. Let me turn off
Okay.
the recording.